Hello chaps, welcome to John Robson Guitar Tuition once again as always. I do hope you're well. Now, I'm going to start today with something of a rather bold sounding claim, and that is that if you can absorb the quite straightforward, I think, ideas in this video, never again will you find yourself lost on the neck of the guitar. You will never be kind of limited to playing at this fret for that key or at that fret for another key, you know, the kind of thing. You will be able to play in any key along the whole length of the neck. And you will also never run out of licks. I'm going to show you a brilliantly simple, excuse me, itchy nose, a brilliantly simple technique for always being able to come up with some cool new licks. Now, when I first started planning this video, it was going to be called 10 Essential Licks for Those New to Lead Guitar or something like that. But as I was putting the lesson content together, it kind of grew. But nevertheless, the core of the lesson is still those 10 licks, which are all fairly standard kind of things that you'll hear in many different solos by artists as diverse as Jimmy Page, Kirk Hammett, Noel Gallagher, you know, whoever, you know, they're all kind of standard off the peg lead guitar licks that you find in pretty much everybody's solos. As you probably know, the pentatonic scale is divided into 5 different patterns, and we're going to look at 2 licks in each pattern. There is a tab below this video for all of these licks, so check that out if you need to. And we're going to start off with the licks that are in pattern number 1. That's that shape that you can see in the corner of the screen there right now. So here are licks number 1 and 2. Moving on, licks number 3 and 4 take us up into pattern number 2 of the pentatonic scale. Here they are. Licks 5 and 6 take us up into pattern number 3 of the pentatonic scale, and they look like this. Licks number 7 and 8 are in pattern number 4 of the A minor pentatonic scale, and here they are. And finally, licks 9 and 10 are in pattern number 5 of the A minor pentatonic scale, and they look like this. So you can see how those licks can be strung together to ascend the neck from pattern 1 down here all the way up to, pattern 1 again, repeating up here. And as you transpose that into other keys, basically what's going to happen is some of the stuff's going to drop off this end of the neck, but don't worry, because it reappears back down here. Now, those are all pretty standard useful licks, as I mentioned, but you could kind of look at them and try and come up with your own variations on them and sort of puzzle out a few other things and work on coming up with your own ideas based on those. But here's a way that you can organise it a little bit better. Here's a little clip that I put together earlier which explains everything. Okay, let's take a look at this first lick that we looked at, and what we're going to do is kind of see how it relates to the scale pattern that it is generated from. Now, to do that, what I'm going to do is number all of the notes in that scale pattern, like this. And if we look at the lick in terms of what numbered notes are being played in what order, you see that we begin with bending note number 8 up to note number 9. Followed by note number 9 on the second string, note number 11 on the top string, and finally note number 10 bent up to note number 11 on the second string, which, when it's all run together, sounds like this. So let's take that formula, if you like, of bending 8 up to 9, then playing 9, play 11, and then playing 10 bent up to 11, and apply it to any one of the other scale patterns of the pentatonic. For instance, here it is, applied to pattern number 2. As you can hear, what I've had to do is convert both of the bends from whole tone bends to tone and a half bends, from 2 fret bends to 3 fret bends, if you like. But this is a good opportunity for you to practice those big, wider bends that you may not have thought of using before. That's not the only thing we can do. Let's go back to the original lick. Here it is again. And this time, let's play it backwards. Which, as you can hear, gives us a completely different sound. Just be careful with those pre-bends though. Make sure you're hitting the right pitch. Then, of course, you can take this new lick and apply it to the other patterns in the way that I described earlier. And you soon begin to see that the possibilities for generating new licks from existing ones is pretty much infinite. Your only limit is your own imagination. So you can see that basically putting these licks into this formula of kind of numbering the notes and then just kind of mapping it out like that, you can take any lick, pentatonic or otherwise, and find variations on it in other patterns and so on. And as well as maybe reversing the lick, why not try taking a note off the end and rotating it so that note is at the beginning, or vice versa. Take a note from the beginning and put it on the end, then reverse that one, then move that into another pattern, and so on and so on and so on. The possibilities really are endless. You can download a jam track to try all of these ideas out. once again from the description box below. And that's pretty much it for today. I hope you found this informative, useful, and I hope that I've backed up that claim that I started the video with, that, you know, never again will you find yourself lost on the fretboard, and never again will you run out of licks. If you need some help with the 5 different patterns of the pentatonic scale, then there's a video I did a few years ago which is starting to look a little bit dated now, but nevertheless the content is still pretty good, I think, and I'll put a link below the video to that as well. Just before I go, I'll mention that, of course, I still have Guitars for Good Causes running. If you don't know what that is, that's a charity campaign that I'm running. It's a GoFundMe campaign where people donate money to the GoFundMe page. Once again, check the description below and you'll see the link. And then I use those donations to buy guitars, which I then review on this channel. Once reviewed, the guitars are sold, with proceeds going to Zoe's Place Baby Hospice, a charity in Middlesbrough which provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. A fantastically worthy cause that I'm massively proud to support, and if you can find it in your heart to chuck a few quid into the bucket, you would make me very, very happy indeed. And finally, I'll just say that if you would like some tailored one-to-one guitar tuition, then give me a shout via the details at the end of this lesson. If you live on Teesside in the northeast of England, you can come along for a face-to-face session, or wherever you are in the world you can have a lesson via Skype, and whichever way you do it, your first lesson is free. So you've got nothing to lose. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day, look forward to seeing you all again next time, and say bye for now, folks.